man, looks like it's the end of ostrich trips, everybody. You guys loved ostrich trips so much, and now it's going away for a whiler. So, if you don't know, that's kind of a rip off of what's going on right now. Is a McDonald's is having a farewell tour for the McRib because it's a tour, you know, like a retiring music star. It's a farewell tour for the McRib. Come come have one before it's gone for a whiler. We'll see what happens here with ostrich strips. I think there's a follow up ad. We'll see what happens. But you guys did this to ostrich. You didn't buy any ostrich strips and the beaky sauce. I really like the design of my beaky sauce. Looks like a little bird's head that you can kind of open up and dip your ostrich strips in. And when I said ostrich strips back in the day, I made an ad back in the day about ostrich strips. For those who don't know, probably in 2015. I had to guess. I couldn't remember what year it was, but I mentioned ostrich strips, and when I drew them this time, I drew them like with the head of an ostrich, so it looks like an ostrich neck. I started just drawing the ostrich, and I went, "Oh, it'd be funny if that was the actual shape of the thing." I said maybe we shouldn't have made them look like that. So maybe it's chicken strips that look like ostrich, but no, I think it's actually ostrich meat. So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna at this point in time. Don't know if they're bringing McRib back or not in real life. I'm assuming it's a marketing thing, but so that's what I was playing upon. And before that, I didn't want to play just two ads in a row, so I played a little bit of the Future Heads with Decent Days and Nights, and because it talks about clues, it's a peppy little song, and I'm reminded of also my friend Austin. He would go on the streets and look for clues, and so that song reminds me of that time too, of looking for clues and randomly seeing where the night would take him based on some clues, and you could look into anything as a clue. So that was kind of fun. And Sad Santa, oh man, my friend Sad Santa is in the Faldorkian Islands. Is going to the Faldorkian Islands apparently. It was mentioned last year in my ads about the Faldorkian Islands, and now Ameriburger is involved in them somehow, and now Santa's going to go there, I guess, or is there. But there's strange stone heads that cure hangovers with their humming, and the turtles that sing. So before that was not the Beach Boys, it was Bob Rivers, which I played probably the most. I probably played a Bob Rivers song almost every time. Twisted Christmas albums. This one was off the Chipmunks Roasting Off the Open Fire, which I've played a few off of in the last couple of years. And so yeah, that one's kind of fun. And before that, we had the Beach House song with Once Twice Melody. That Once Twice Three Times a Melody, and that's off their album Once Twice Melody by Beach House. So are you guys ready for something a little weird? No? Okay, well then just fine, whatever. Oh, okay. Oh, you will? Okay. Alright, well, we'll try it then. This is a weird song. It's a weird song. It's an old 80s song. I don't think I've ever heard it. And I was listening to on YouTube some 80s stuff. I like 80s stuff. It's a real weird song. I think one of the guys from Underworld was part of this group from the 80s. I think they're called Freur, Freur, something like that. And the song's called Doot Doot. Yeah, Doot Doot. And somebody in the comments said that they fell asleep watching MTV or something, and they woke up, and this was playing, and it must have been very strange to them. It's a very strange song, and it's kind of cool, but it's like, and I was like, I have to have this song. This song's something about it. I like this song, so I got like some 80s compilation songs that has it on it. It's a little bit weird, so we're gonna get a little weird now. It's in the middle, right? So if it's in the middle, we can just pretend like the weird stuff's in the middle. We can skip ahead. So without, we had to set this up, Craig. Gonna set this up and make it sound really cool. But no, it's a really interesting little song. It's weird. It's weird. It's freaking weird. And so without further ado, here's a little. I think Freur. I probably mangled it. I don't know how to say it. That's the thing with bands. They have the names, and it's like And I always want to call the band Neu, Neu, but it's like German or whatever, so it's Neu. It's stuff like that. Like I always mispronounce things. Like I just read it like how I read it. And I was not hooked on phonics as a kid, so I don't know how that the Sesame Street failed me. I didn't put the things together and things to sound it out. You remember that people always sound it out now. Put this with that one and sound out the vowels and put it. I didn't do that. I just read stuff. So and I don't hear how stuff is read. So you don't ever know how it's supposed to be. Is it frou frou or frou frou? I don't know. Just stuff like that. You don't know bands now how they're pronounced. So here's Fruer. I don't know. I'll spell it for you when I come back next time, just in case you want to look it up. But you kind of can hear it now. So it goes a little something like this. Here, without further ado, which I've been doing a lot of further ado right now. Here is a Doot Doot. Let's get weird.